Welcome back to another episode of the Boororg Pod. Today's guest, we have Naomi Stella, the Managing Director of Stella Direct. How are you, Gnomes?
Very good. How are you?
I'm awesome. I'm always good. We're starting to get a bit of traction with this. We've done a few of these episodes now. Main goal is education, connection with our organisation spread across the country. And it's a little bit of get to know the owners in the organisation. So keen to hear your story today. Are you excited for it?
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
Good nervous.
Good nervous.
Good nervous.
That's good.
Yep.
Lesson 1. That means you're just stepping outside your comfort zone.
Yes.
Comfort is the enemy of growth.
Correct.
Excellent. End of pod.
Amazing. Done.
All right, done. No. But like I've said, we've done a few of these now. They've gone really well. We're going to cover lots of lessons today, go through your journey. You know, we've known each other for a long time now. I think it's 10 years this year.
Yep.
In January.
Yes. January 8th.
January 8th.
10 years.
Okay. And yeah, it's been a fun journey. It's been through of highs and lows along the journey, and we're going to dive into it. So the way I like to start these, though, is to go a little bit further back than just when you started in our industry.
Yep.
I like to help give the audience a bit of context on who each person is. So we're gonna go back to when Little Gnomes was running around. You grew up in Melbourne.
Yes.
Yeah. What was life like for you growing up here in Melbourne?
Pretty standard, I guess. Born and
Yeah.
raised in Melbourne in the western suburbs, Altona Meadows.
Yeah.
Grew up with single mum, older sister, just three girls in a house. So lots of women power, which is good.
Love that. There you go.
But yeah, no, it was pretty good.
Pretty standard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you a good student?
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time. I was kind of the kid who had good grades, but was a bit of a distracts other people in the classroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to get a lot of feedback like that.
Yeah.
I think every report card would say, you know, Dylan's very bright. He knows what he's doing, but he could be a little bit more engaged in class and he could be less engaged with his friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Were you similar?
Yeah, quite similar. Like I scored well on tests and did all the work and all the homework really well, but yeah, just got kind of distracted and distracted other people during class. So
Yeah. The class clown.
yeah, class clown. But not really. Like I'd also be the one to help other people with their schoolwork. So I'd sort of help other people get their work done, but then distract them afterwards. So we'd get the work done quickly, so then we could just mess about.
Yeah. I think that's fair enough.
Yeah.
If you get it done, you get it done.
Yeah,
Teachers
exactly.
don't like that though.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And yeah, so you said you grew up in a women powerhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that like for you? Did it teach you any sort of lessons?
I don't really. I mean, it was kind of normal for me because that's just how I was raised. So I don't really see any difference, I guess. But
Yep.
I think it was really cool growing up with my mum. So she didn't work because she's had like her own mental health problems growing up, and so she didn't work. But she was always really like pushed me and my sister to just do whatever we wanted to do. So I feel like that was really cool. She didn't really push us down the uni path or push us down the work path. She was kind of like, figure out what you want to do, and whatever you put your mind to, you could be successful.
Yeah.
So it kind of gave us a lot of range and a lot of like ideas of what we could be. I think the only struggle with that was, okay, how do I choose what I want to do?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, I could be a doctor, I could be a nurse, or I could be a sports star, like I could be anything. So it was kind of hard to pick. But yeah.
But it sounds like extremely supportive environment.
Really supportive,
you know. Yeah. Don't hold yourself back. Like just go for things.
Just go for
try.
things, yeah, and like don't fall into what the schooling system wants you to do either. Like schooling system might tell you have to go to uni and choose this career, but she was always like, no, we'll just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So
And work it out.
yeah.
Love that. That's cool. Yeah. And do you think that helped sort of shape your drive? Like, were you quite driven as a kid? You know, I ask this question because, you know, sometimes you meet people in our industry and they've always had some form of entrepreneurial trait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they've always had this like inner drive or inner belief. You know, not everybody, but do you think growing up in that household sort of formed a drive in you, or did that come later on?
I think it definitely helped like form that belief. Like when you start to lose self-belief, I've kind of like always had someone backing me, so it helped me like bring back that belief if I started to lose it. But I think growing up, I definitely always had the competitiveness and the stubbornness.
Okay.
Like if there was a challenge or, like someone had a record running the lap around the school, I'd want to beat that. So I'd always have that competitive edge, which I think definitely helps in this industry and like on the entrepreneurial side of things.
Yeah.
Definitely had the competitiveness and the stubbornness.
Yeah. The old flip the Monopoly board type behaviour.
Definitely not. No, I'm not a sore loser, that's for sure.
Maybe just me then.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. All right. Well,
I'd want to flip it, but I wouldn't.
But you wouldn't. You'd hold yourself
I'd hold
back.
it back, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Definitely different to me then. Okay, cool. And then let's fast forward a little bit and let's talk about how you got started in the direct sales industry. So, kind of unique in a way. You started very, very young in our world. I think you were 18 when we met.
Yep.
And, so tell us the journey of getting started. What were you doing beforehand? And how were your first couple of months, etc.?
Yeah, cool. So I actually finished high school when I was 17. So I skipped a year in high school. So
you were
was pretty
a
good
really
at school,
good student. Okay, you're not talking shit.
Well, it was also partly my sales skills, I think. So I basically convinced my teachers to skip me ahead a year because they wanted to skip me in primary school, and I said no. So then in high school, I convinced my teachers to skip year 10 for me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. So that's how I knew I'd be good at sales.
Was that because you were smart, or you just wanted to finish school earlier?
So, in primary school, they did like the test and realised I was gifted and wanted to skip grade 1, I think.
Yeah.
But at the time, again, mum being really supportive, she was kind of like, well, do you want to do that? But my friends were all in my year level, so I didn't want to skip ahead and be like that one younger kid and kind of get picked on for it. Obviously, being gifted and smart's a good thing, but I didn't want to be like bullied for it.
Yeah.
So I said no. And then in high school, all my friends were in the year above me. So I kind of wanted to be in the year ahead so I could finish school and be in their class. Kind of convinced my teacher. They basically set me a target in year 9 if I did a certain amount of extra work, and I had like a 95% attendance that I could skip year 10. So
there you go.
yeah.
And that's the first target Naomi ticked off.
Yes.
Many more after that. Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
So it meant that I was 17 when I finished high school, finished year 12.
Okay.
And then, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I decided to get into nursing. So I wanted to be a psych nurse. Obviously with history of my mum, with mental health, I know a little bit about what it's like on that side of things. So I wanted to be part of the solution and sort of be able to support people with mental health and be a psychiatric nurse. Cool. Sort of do something meaningful and help people. Also found out it was the most challenging type of nurse to be, was the psych nurse, because it's really hard. Yep. It's like, well, again, competitive stubbornness. I'm like, yep, I want the hardest one. Started studying an aged care certificate to get into the nursing course I wanted to do. Realised I hated studying because, didn't like sitting still and doing schoolwork and all that sort of stuff. So I got through a little bit of it, got up to placement, and then realised, I just didn't want to keep studying for 4 more years. Was still living at home, so decided I just wanted to get a job, make some money and move out. Because only experience I had working was Kmart, check at Kmart. Just applied for everything that said no experience required and got a call back for sales.
Okay,
so,
there you go.
I actually remember getting the phone call.
Yep.
I was driving on the way home from something. I pulled over because I got a phone call. I was like, oh my God, this could be from one of the jobs that I applied for. It was actually Anna, Daryl's wife, who called me to explain sort of the job and everything. And I had no idea which job it was that called me because I applied for so many. And she was like, do you know which job this is? And I was like, yeah. Which one was it again?
Yeah.
So I remember getting that phone call, came in for my group interview, and then, got started got hired December 2015.
Yep.
And started January 2016.
Okay, there we go. It's funny, Anna is a common theme in these conversations.
Yeah.
Anna and Hannah.
Anna and Hannah.
Shout out.
Yep. Well, Hannah trained me early days doing business to business as well.
Did.
So
there you go. Shout out Anna and Hannah, the real brains behind the organisation.
Where would we be without them?
Exactly. Who knows? Okay, so got started in January 2016.
Yep.
Obviously, just out of school or fresh into the workforce as a young adult.
Yep.
How did you find your first few weeks? Was sales natural for you? Did you pick it up fairly quickly? What were the challenges along the way?
Oh, good question. It's hard to think back that long ago, to be fair, like 10 years. But I do remember being really excited to get out there. So I started doing the residential campaign, doing door-to-door.
Yep.
Daryl led the sector on my first day. So I was out there watching another girl called Sunena.
Yeah.
Daryl was leading the sector and I was like, no idea what I'm getting into, but this seems so fun.
People struggle to believe that Daryl actually went to the field. So
Really? Yeah.
You can vouch for him
I can
on your
vouch
first day.
on
He
my
was in the
very
field?
first day.
Okay.
And I remember thinking, because I'd only seen him wearing like business attire, and then seeing him wear like the polo shirt and shorts, I was like, he looks so weird.
Yeah.
So nowadays, if anyone saw him wearing field gear, it'd be very strange.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he definitely took me out in the field quite a lot when I first started.
Yep.
But yeah, it took me a few weeks to pick up sales. Like I think I was quite good at naturally just talking to people, and I memorized the script pretty well. My issue was that I talked way too fast. So people just couldn't really understand me because I would just like blab the pitch at people and they'd be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, it took me like 3 weeks to really get the hang of it. And I remember the first day I actually rang the bell, I smashed the gong. So I just had like one day where it all clicked.
Nice.
And sort of came together. And then I think that was like 3 weeks in. And then from then I just became one of the top performers in sales.
Yep.
I think I was number 1 for 2016. First year of Bua.
Yeah,
Bua,
right.
Yeah, Bua Group.
Yeah. I mean, that's not surprising. Naomi at her best, she's an absolute high roller. Yeah. I always
Except
remember
that one time that you high rolled me.
Many times.
One time.
Yeah.
Just one.
I beat Naomi last time we worked B2B together, just so everyone knows. And I'll keep reminding you of that until forever.
Okay, 2 times you high rolled me.
Twice, yep. And yeah, but I do remember, like, especially the national bulletins that used to come out back then, you were always, like, every week for a long period of time, you were in the top 2 or 3.
Yep.
Yeah, like week in, week out. And so you not only became very good at sales, but you became very consistent.
Yep.
So how do you think you did that? Was it pure enthusiasm? Because again, you were young and ready to get into it and excited, and
Yep.
you didn't let challenges affect you too much, or how did you kind of develop that consistency over an extended period of time?
I think it was definitely, the excitement and the enthusiasm. Obviously, once you've been in the field for a little while, though, that naturally dips off as much. Like, it's not there as much because you obviously know what you're doing. So I think mainly just, like, I was always good at making no excuses. Like, again, that sort of competitiveness and, like, stubbornness, I think, came out. I was like, I'm not going to accept anything less than a bell. And then on the days when I didn't ring the bell, I was, like, quite harsh on myself that, like, I should have rang the bell. And it was quite rare that I didn't. So I think, just kind of having a really high standard for myself and realizing that, like, there's so many excuses or things that you can say is the reason you didn't do well that day. But if you just realize it is mostly on you or all on you and you take responsibility for it, you just have to push through and find a way to make it happen.
Yep.
So I think I was really good at doing that, just not taking the excuse.
Right. And follow-up question for that. How do you take responsibility and not take excuses without also kind of getting in your own head too much and being too self-critical? Do you know what I mean? Like, I find some people, they take almost too much responsibility to the point where they kind of beat themselves up if they aren't performing consistently. Was that a battle, or were you very good at not doing that but still maintaining accountability?
I think that definitely is always a bit of an internal battle because you're like, you want to take complete ownership of it, but then, if you beat yourself up too much, you get in your own head and you feel really negative.
Yeah.
So I think it was kind of like, okay, I need to take responsibility for the things I can control, but the things I can't control, it's not my fault.
Yep.
So for instance, the actual sales result isn't in my control, but the KPIs and the work ethic and the attention and the focus is. So if I had a day where I did everything I possibly could that was in my control and I hit the KPIs and I still didn't ring the bell, well, that's okay because I did everything I could. But if I went out and I wasn't focused or I was thinking about other things and I was checking my phone all day or having too many breaks and I didn't hit the KPIs, then that is my fault and what could I have done differently?
Yeah.
So I think it's really just a balance of like, okay, take complete ownership for things you can control, but the actual results or things that do go wrong that you can't control, you can't blame that on yourself.
Okay. Cool.
So I think that kind of helps. And then just having some like positive affirmations. Like if I am getting in my own head, I literally write on my KPI sheet, I am amazing, I will ring the bell today. Just to tell myself that.
Yeah.
So.
Too many times over the 10 years have you said to me, I'm going to do X amount of sales today, and then you do X amount of sales almost every time.
Yeah, I put it in my I am grateful for. Like I am grateful for smashing the gong today.
Yeah.
So I'm just manifesting it.
There you go. There's a little tip for everyone. Write it in there on your KPI sheet.
Yeah.
Okay, let's fast forward a little bit, moving into, so you picked up sales relatively quickly. you said 3 weeks before you started to feel fairly comfortable. Once you became comfortable, it was very consistent.
Yep.
So moving into coaching, again, I know I've said this a couple of times already, but being an 18-year-old, moving into coaching, you know, I know you achieved your team leader promotion pretty much in your first 6 months, right?
Yep.
So had this quite quick development and a lot happened quite quickly. So on the surface, it's like, oh, well, everything was easy for her.
Yeah.
Were there some battles there with leading people initially when you were first getting into it?
Yeah, 100%. I think I really struggled because I quite naturally picked up the sales within a few weeks. I struggled to be able to train people or like coach people to what I was doing that worked because I couldn't really explain it. I was kind of just speaking to people and going with the flow. And I was quite good at like naturally adapting to conversation. So I was really good at adapting to the person I was training, as in getting along with them and being able to like know how to work with them. But I wasn't good at giving feedback, especially if it was something that I was naturally really good at. I didn't really know how to voice that to them and how to change it. Because in my head I was like, just do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But they weren't doing what I was doing.
Yeah.
So that took me quite a while to get used to. But then...
So developing that sort of emotional intelligence to be more empathetic and more patient with people?
Well, I had the patience with it. It was more, I think, developing the self-awareness of being able to work out how to explain what I was doing.
Right.
Was more it. Because I could sort of be empathetic for them and like help support them really well. But it was more just, okay, how do I mechanically teach them what I'm doing? So I think it was, just that self-awareness of being able to look at objectively, okay, what am I actually doing that works well and how can I teach that? Which kind of came down to just learning all the basic topics and the basic systems and just being able to teach that to people, which, kind of got the hang of doing that after a while. But I think even when I first hit team leader, I think that was just more of a momentum thing, like being able to hit it in my first 6 months was just that I had momentum. I was quite good at sales and I sort of trained a couple of really good people because after I hit team leader, I then didn't stay with the team that big for a very long time.
Yeah.
So sort of went through the challenges of then losing the team and then having to like rebuild it.
Yeah.
And then
Ebbs
that's
and
when
flows.
that's when I sort of really had to get good at the leadership side of things.
Yeah. What do you think were the maybe 2 or 3 things that you changed to develop those leadership skills, right? So from those challenges of, you know, losing the team, then trying to rebuild it and losing the team, trying to rebuild it.
Yeah.
Was there maybe 2 or 3 things that you were like, oh, okay, like I need to be more planned and organized for my people, or I need to, you know, lead by example more, which I don't think was the case because you are the high roller, as we discussed very consistently. So what were those couple of things for you?
Yeah, I think the first thing that I realized finally worked for training people. So it was instead of trying to get them to do exactly what I was doing, I realized that each person is so unique and different, and the people on my team are going to have a different selling style to me. So instead of trying to be like, just do what I'm doing, I kind of realized, okay, no, I need to help you get the best out of yourself. So I'm like, cool, what are you really good at and how can I what are you really good at and how can I expand on that?
Yeah.
And how can I teach you the things you need to work on without making it be like it has to be exactly like myself? Especially if I was training someone who's a bit older, like a 25-year-old guy, and I'm an 18-year-old girl. He's not going to have the same selling style as me or rapport building as me. So I think, being able to learn how to get the best out of someone with their strengths really helped.
Makes sense.
It's just getting, working out what their strength is and how they can expand on that. And then the other thing, you mentioned planning and organisation. I think that was one of my weakest things when I first started.
Yeah.
I was late to my first interview and my second interview and my training day.
Strong start.
Yeah, strong. Followed in Daryl's footsteps, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But just being, just getting really planned and organised. So making sure I did my Sunday planning for the team, making sure I knew what every person needed, called everyone, make sure they had their week planned, making sure I'm arriving on time or early to the office so I'm there before my team and I can do catch-ups and training and, just being there for them.
Yep.
Really big one. I think those are probably the 2 main things.
Cool.
So, just trying to get their strengths out of them and just being really planned and organised.
Love that. All right. Well, let's move forward to the next part of the journey then, because this now that I think about this kind of all happened fairly quickly for you because by the end of 2016, we had moved to Geelong.
Yeah.
Right? So you were a part of that initial team, the first Bua satellite office that we ran.
Yeah.
Yeah. The people that know the story, we've moved down with 4 or 5 people in the team, and we grew that team fairly quickly, and then there were some challenges with that. But yeah, I don't think I've actually ever reflected on this with you, so this will be interesting. What was that like for you? Like, what was the decision to go, do you know what, stuff it, let's take this opportunity to move to a different city, try and build a business from scratch? I don't really remember the conversations. I assume you probably had them with Daryl, probably not myself.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
because I did talk about it for a bit, but I don't actually remember the moment where you were like, "Yeah, I'm in. Let's do it."
Yeah, I mean, because I definitely had a bit of a team. Like I left probably 4 or 5 people that were on my team in Melbourne.
Yeah.
To go to Geelong with you, but I think like I just backed you. Like I wanted to follow Dylan, follow DMG, like go help you
Let's
build
go.
it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't think it was a big conversation. Like I wasn't even like, oh, I'm so sad to leave my team. I was like, yeah, let's go build DMG and I can rebuild a team over there.
Okay.
So I think, yeah, I was just backed in to follow you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice to hear. But I guess I'm curious, outside of that, obviously that's a great driving factor and, it's great to get behind other people's goals, but did you also see it as an opportunity for you to become a bit more of a key player in a brand new office? Because again, we started with 4 or 5 people, so that's the core.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas in Melbourne, part of the bigger office that we were, the Bua office that we were a part of, there was probably, like 8 to 12 core members.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that
Yeah.
anyway part of the thought process as well?
Definitely, yeah. So because I always saw it as once we moved to Geelong, I could be your Dylan.
Yeah.
Because you were kind of Daryl's right-hand person, like the hype guy, the setting the energy in the office, getting involved in the morning meetings, making sure everything was kind of organised and people knew where to go and helping with the setups and doing all that sort of stuff, like the right-hand person for Daryl.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of like, okay, well, if we go to Geelong, I can be that person for you. So I was really excited to sort of step into that core right-hand person sort of role.
Yeah.
I got really involved in doing like back-end stuff, like organising maps and territory and I think helping to look after like invoices and pays and everything like that.
Yeah.
So being involved as that sort of right-hand person, being the hype person in the meetings, being the DJ in the morning meetings, like being that person was really exciting, really good for my development as well. So sort of being able to do that whilst rebuilding a team and learning how to balance all that.
Cool. Love that. I'm curious how you'll remember this as well, because we did have some pretty fast growth and your team grew quite quickly down in Geelong as well.
Yeah.
Right. What were some of the highlights in that early period, and then what were some of the big challenges that you that came off the back of that, and how do you feel? How did you sort of move through them or navigate those challenges?
Yeah, good question. So when we were in the Geelong office was sort of where I started to have my biggest dip in the industry. So some of the biggest challenges that I went through. So I think the first few months were really good, sort of learning how to be that right-hand person, build a bit of a team. And then I had a lot of personal stuff going on at that time. So I was still living in Altona and driving to Geelong every day. My mum was going through quite a bit of like a bad mental health stage at the time. I was still with my like ex-partner who was not a very like bit of a toxic relationship that I was in, or on and off. So yeah, during that time, I started having a lot of personal challenges that were starting to affect me and my performance in the office. So yeah, I kind of ended up losing most of my team while we were still in Geelong office, and then ended up deciding to leave the industry pretty much while we were still there. So I think it was when you guys were still there running the team and having your own challenges of running the office. And then, I was kind of, got to the stage where I couldn't
balance it all.
Yeah, couldn't balance it all. And we're working commission only back then. So I was like not really making much money because I wasn't doing any sales. And with all the personal challenges I was going through, I just couldn't balance that. That's when I decided to take a bit of time from the industry, actually. Yeah.
There you go. And we'll get to you coming back in a minute because that's a pretty cool story.
Yeah.
Is there like any lessons that you remember from that still kind of help you today, potentially? Or maybe the lesson is finding, identifying when the right time is to take a step back and kind of get yourself sorted?
Yeah, definitely. So it's one of those things, like, over the years, because a lot of people know that I took a break from the industry to have a bit of a reset. My plan was always have a year off, do something else, save a bit of money, get back on track with my personal life, and then come back. But I've had a lot of people who've been around for a couple of years kind of ask me why I made the decision and was it helpful? And my sort of tips to other people is, like, I think I wouldn't leave the industry. Like, I think it would have been better to try to sort out the personal stuff while staying in the industry, to be fair. I think for me it was the right decision, but the advice I give to other people is, like, try to sort it out. Maybe take a little bit of a break if you need, like, a couple of weeks off to reset stuff. But yeah, I think taking a year off was the best thing for me to do at the time, to be fair. So knowing that that's what I needed to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think one of the biggest lessons is, like, don't let your personal life get that far out of control to the point where you have to stop the thing that you're really excited about.
Right.
Because I just didn't look after my personal habits, my personal life. I kept pushing it into the background and just focusing on work to the point where it kind of exploded and I just couldn't do it anymore. So I think
prioritize your health and
the
your
biggest
self
lesson. Look after your personal life, look after your mental health, look after your, like, family and friends, and sort of be there so you can keep doing the thing that you really want to do.
Yep.
Probably the biggest lesson there. So yeah, that definitely still helps me nowadays, like making sure I'm looking after my own mental health and my own mental fitness, I like to call it. But
love it.
Yeah,
Cool. Because when you did take a break, you did say, like, you said, this won't be forever, I'll come back and I'm going to open a business.
Yes. Yeah.
And I remember not believing you.
Yeah.
If I'm being very blunt.
Yeah.
So let's go to that part then. So had the year off. Yeah. Talk as much about that period as you want, and then the decision to sort of, well, it wasn't like you'd already made the decision when you left that I'm coming back, I want to build a business, I want to be a business owner.
Yeah.
Talk us through that drive, that decision, how that came about, when you decided to make the call to come back.
Yeah.
What's your experience, your memory of that experience?
Yeah. So, like I said, I wanted to take a year off. Obviously, starting in the industry as first sort of real job I ever had was this industry. So I'd never really done anything else. And I knew from being here for 2.5 years that it is such an incredible opportunity, because I'd seen people go from starting as a sales associate to running their own company. So I saw that that's possible. So I really was inspired by that and wanted to do that. And I knew that other jobs were kind of like easier, clock on, clock off sort of mentality. So I think I kind of needed that at the time. So I actually left when I saw a job opening at an animal sanctuary. So it was like an animal rescue place, like a vegan place, because I'm vegan. So had to mention that once, being vegan, we say that.
Vegans have to say that.
So I saw an opening at an animal sanctuary to work there. So then I applied for that and decided to take the year off and do it then.
Yep.
And then... ended up getting the job, worked in Animal Sanctuary for a little bit, and then ended up leaving because it was a 2-hour drive to get to work and a 2-hour drive home. It was in Lancefield, like near Hanging Rock. You know what that is?
I don't even know where that is.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours.
Yeah,
like on the way to Ballarat, I think you drive to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it was a really long drive, really long commute every day, and I started at like 7 a.m. So I was leaving home like 4:30.
Yeah.
So I only lasted like 3 months there. And then, during that sort of year I was planning to take off, I actually met my son's dad, Tom.
Yep.
And ended up getting pregnant on my planned year off.
Yep.
So my planned year off ended up being a year and 9 months because I ended up having a baby and everything. But I think I always wanted to come back. I don't know if I had that 100% commitment that I was going to come back. Like, I definitely wanted to, and it was always a goal in my head.
Yeah.
But I think what really ticked it off was when I was pregnant. I worked in an office job and I did quotes for like an automatic door company. Yeah. And it was just the most like mundane, sitting in an office at a desk every day, typing quotes, answering phone calls. I had a typical manager who only pointed out when I didn't hit targets, not every week that I did hit the targets. And like all of the team didn't like him. Like the whole team was just complaining about him all the time. Yeah. Like it was nice people that you worked with, but I didn't feel like I was going anywhere. I also didn't feel like I was doing anything meaningful. Like I was working for a door company. It was automatic doors, so make sure people don't have to like open a door when they walk in. Like that's handy.
That's your optimistic brain trying to make it more
trying
meaningful.
To find them. Yeah.
I mean, the world needs doors, like you.
That's exactly. And then I was also like, I'm making money for some big CEO owner of the company I've never met before. So I just felt like I didn't want to stay in that role. I was like, no, you know what? I definitely want to go back to sales and I want to run my own company. I want to be in control of my own finances, in control of my own time, show my son what's possible. Like I don't want my son to grow up with a mum who has a boring job that she hates and she's miserable at every day. I want him to see that I built something for myself and I do something I enjoy. So that kind of made me decide I wanted to come back, be around people who I actually know care about me. Being able to come back and work with you and Daryl was really it's like even if I don't get good enough to run my own company, at least I'm around people who actually care, and I can help you guys grow your businesses. But yeah, definitely wanted to run the company. So
love that. Yeah. That's awesome. Would you say the biggest changing factor then was when you had Chance, because that gave you that extra little drive? Well, it sounds like not little, sounds like a big drive. You want to be an example for him.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that it was part of, because obviously that's challenging in itself, being a new mum and doing anything regardless of trying to build a business.
Yeah.
But would you say he was a big part of the drive to come back and try and show him what you can do if you put your mind to something?
100%. Well, yeah, like I said, I always had that goal to come back, but I think that was kind of the deciding factor. Mm-hmm. I wanted to show Chance that no matter. I want to show him and show everyone, no matter what sort of upbringing you have, you can be successful if you just put your mind to it. Again, that's been drilled into me from my mum since I was young. So I wanted to be able to be that example and, show Chance that's possible. Yeah. Be in that financial position and to be able to support him, whatever he wants to do, and take him traveling around the world and have time to spend with him as well. So, definitely a big influence there.
Yeah, cool. And so run us through how it all happened then. What was the process like when you made the decision, all right, I'm back, what was your mindset like? Did it go as planned? Was it smooth sailings? Was it harder than you thought? Run us through the whole process of it.
100%.
People would be interested to hear it.
Yeah. So when I first was going to come back, I was actually going to start back into an admin role. To ease back into the industry, because obviously the plan was to come back when Chance was 4 months old, because that's when my paid maternity leave ended, and I wanted to get straight back into it. By the end of the 4 months, I was so ready to work. Just being at home every day is not something I could do. Yeah. Decided I wanted to come back doing 4 days a week to start with, so I could still have 3 days at home with Chance. I reached out to Daryl to sort of have a catch up and talk about coming back. During the time I was gone, you opened DMG, so Daryl was like, cool. The original plan when I first chatted to Daryl was, maybe you can come be an admin support role for DMG. And then when I reached out to Daryl, he was like, cool, so I actually just hired an admin about 3 weeks ago. So there's not an admin spot for you at DMG or at Bua. The only option would be if you come back and go straight into the field. Do you want to try do that? And I was like, it wasn't really the plan I was going to go for. I was going to do a support role for a few months, ease back into it, and then flip into the field. But I was like, well, yeah, fuck it. Let's just get straight back into the field and see how it goes. And then, am I allowed to swear, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Fucking oath.
Thought, fuck it, just get back in the field. And then Daryl was like, Dylan's obviously just opened up. I think it'd be really good. You'll fit obviously back into the culture with DMG, and Dylan was always your mentor. So I think that'd be really good if you're starting DMG, go back direct to Dylan. So I did. September 2019, started back in the field with you.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good memory.
Yep.
Talk us through it. Were you nervous? Did it feel like starting again?
It did.
I
was
feel like
so
a brand
nervous.
new day one?
Yeah. So when I was my first day back, you came out in the field with me.
Yep.
We worked at Oakley, Woolworths Oakley.
There's a photo of you holding a pitch card.
Yep.
And you're wearing my jacket because you didn't bring a jacket to the field. I
didn't bring a jacket. I was unprepared and unorganised again, my first day.
Yeah.
And you were like, cool, Naomi, your turn to stop someone. And I was like, no, what? I have to stop someone? I was terrified.
Yeah.
But cool thing is, I think it took me 3 days to get back in the hang of it. So when I first started, it took me 3 weeks. Second time, it took me 3 days. So that I had a couple of challenging days, felt so nervous to stop people. But once I had a couple of hours of it, it just felt like riding a bike. Felt really natural. 3 days in, rang my first bell again because I had to start everything from scratch, came back as a sales associate.
Yep.
And then I think it only took me 4 months to get back to team leader. So just started coaching people, nagged you that I could start B2B straight away.
Yep.
So we were doing events, one-offs, and got a chance to launch B2B again, which was so fun. Launched B2B, hit team leader again, and then obviously COVID hit a few months after that.
Yeah.
So
That wasn't part of the plan.
yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't. Definitely not.
That would have been really challenging.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that until just now, but the goal was come back in a support role, move into the sales role. Can't do that. Sales or nothing. Okay, mindset change. Let's launch it. Have a lot of success again quite quickly.
Yeah.
And then bang, lockdown.
Yeah.
That surely threw up some mental challenges there. Like it did for all of us. Like,
Yeah.
you know, what was that like?
Oh, I mean, like, I think, yeah, obviously COVID and lockdowns was a challenging time for everyone. I think it was really cool. Like, obviously, we adapted and switched and started doing telesales for a while.
Yeah, that was fun.
Straight away. So it's actually really good. I liked that. Still getting to come to the office. We had competitions and push-ups every hour, and we did pretty well at telesales. And then obviously when we went into that phase 4 lockdown, it was pretty challenging. I think I've naturally always had that sort of optimistic mindset. So I think it was obviously really hard, but I was still able to see the positives and see like how it could be good after, like, out of each lockdown. I could still see like the opportunity available. And I think we did really well, obviously keeping connectivity and doing Zoom calls every week. And I was joking about this yesterday. I ran a Zoom call for the whole team, and we joked about how we used to do Kahoot quizzes every Friday night in lockdown.
I made that many Kahoot quizzes. It's ridiculous.
They were good fun.
Yeah. I used to get really into it. It used to be like there's 10 categories and there's 10 questions per category.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fun.
My favorite was like guess the celebrity based on like their eyebrows.
Yeah.
And then we would just like slot in like your Daryl in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was good. That was whenever I made them. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think COVID was really tough, but I think like having, again, your sort of leadership there and Daryl and like sort of being able to get us through that and having that connectivity, and it was all just about being there for each other during it. Like I was lucky, I was living at my mum's house with Tom and Chance. So just had a lot of family time and just saw the positives of it as much as I could.
Yep.
Like my Chance.
My chance.
Chance had his first birthday in lockdown because he was born in May. So May 2020, he turned 1. So yeah, but it was lots of fun, as much as we could anyway. But I actually managed to hit a promotion in between lockdowns in 2021. So I feel like we did
There you go.
pretty well with it. Yeah.
On one of the few times we were allowed out.
Yeah. I think, how many lockdowns did we have? 7?
7 or something.
Yeah. So in between each one, it was like relaunch, let's go. And I think we sort of nailed that relaunch every time.
Yeah.
And then, 2021, I think we just hired Steph. So a few good things about it. Obviously, Steph, core person in Stella, was hired during a lockdown. Like I did her recruitment phone call. You did a Zoom interview for her.
Yep.
And then, she was hired during lockdown. And then I hit, my team manager promotion in between lockdowns in 2021.
There you go.
Which is pretty cool. June, I think. Yeah.
There you go. Shout out to Steph.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah. Assistant director.
Yes.
In Stella Direct. We'll get her on the pod one day.
Yes. Get her on.
Okay. And then how long did it take from when we were fully able to relaunch again? Because I remember relaunching DMG with a smaller team than we started lockdowns with. Yeah. It would have been 5 or 6 people again, which means your team would have been 2 or 3.
Yeah. 3. Yeah.
Yeah. So how long did it take from that to, finally incorporating Stella Direct?
Year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah. So November 2021, we came out of lockdown.
Yeah.
Year and a half later, March 2023, opened my company.
There you go.
Yeah. That's a year and a half.
See what you can do when you get a good run at it. All right. What was that like? Surely that was a very proud day, taking in, the what was it, 6-year journey so far? Yeah. Again, starting as a young 18-year-old, first real job, having some challenges, leaving the industry, having a son, coming back to the industry, building a company while being a mum.
Yeah.
Like, what was it like when you got the recognition and had the achievement of, one of your big goals, opening your own business?
Yeah, it was really cool, really proud moment.
Yeah.
Like it had been a goal since, pretty much, I think in my first group interview or like when I first heard about the fact that you could run a company, like that sparked the little goal in my head. 6 years later to be able to actually open my own company and have it as my thing and actually achieve that. Yeah, really, really proud moment.
Love that.
I think. Yeah.
Did you have moments where you thought it wouldn't happen?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely moments snuck in where I thought, I don't know if I can do it. I think I even had a period of time when after I'd come back where I was like, oh, maybe my goal is just to be a director.
I remember
that. Yeah, I'll just be a director and maybe not run my own company.
Yeah, I showed really poor leadership when you said that to me because I went, oh, okay, no worries. And then it was actually Daryl who was like, no, that's shit. Have a real goal. And I was like, oh, I should have done better there. Okay, so let's quickly explore that. What advice would you give to someone who has had that big goal and then maybe lost a bit of belief, or there's been a few hurdles, thrown at them, and they start to rationalize a smaller goal?
Yeah.
And we all know the when you tell yourself, or when you rationalize something, you're telling yourself rational lies to make yourself feel better.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to realize when you're actually doing that? Because sometimes people do it and they don't know they're doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think I realized I was doing it. Like, I think it was Daryl who was kind of like, why would you change your goal? And realized, we kind of got down to the bottom of it and realized that it was just fear. Like, I was just afraid of it not working out or afraid of failing. And then kind of realized there's nothing wrong with failing. Like, and especially in this industry, if I had have started my company, it didn't work out and I had to, go back under leadership or mentorship of you or Daryl, like, it doesn't really matter. So failing always just makes you better. So I think like my bit of advice is just, don't let the fear win. And remind yourself of why you started in the first place or why you set that goal in the first place. Because that's basically what Daryl said to me. He was like, but why did you want to be an owner? And we kind of just got down to the bottom of, okay, why did I want to be an owner? He's like, cool, has any of that actually changed? And I realized, well, no, it hasn't. My belief has just changed and I've just let fear win a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
So kind of reset the goal and change it, realize, no, that is still my why and I still do really want to do it and I do believe I can do it eventually.
Yeah. So that's awesome. And, obviously you had a great first year in business as well. You won Best New Marketing Company in the industry across Australia and New Zealand. Yeah. Which would have been a nice, you made a great speech on stage. It's awesome. Yeah. And what's the goal now? What's exciting you at the moment about Stella, and what are we? I know Steph is a big part of the team, and you've got some goals there with her. Like, what are
100%. I think
for Stella?
I think for me, like, my whole goal with Stella is I want to be able to use it as a tool to give other people the same opportunity I was given. So same as what DMG and Bua did for me, and the fact that I was able to come and grow as a person and run my own company. Like, I want to be able to give that opportunity to other people. So Steph's a big part of that. Her goal was to incorporate her own business. So really excited to help her grow, build a solid team, get herself operating as that director level for a certain period of time, open a satellite office in Sydney is the goal for her to expand up there.
Cool. And
then actually incorporate her own company.
Yeah.
So I think that's really exciting me at the moment.
Yeah.
Sort of helping her achieve that level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Can I ask you a bit of a left field question before we get into our final couple ones?
Yes.
Because I know you don't like getting this question, but I think it's important. I'm going to address an elephant in the room that our industry is very much male dominated, and there's far more male owners than female owners. What's your opinion on that? Or when people ask you that question, what do you say? Yeah,
I think it is a question I get asked a lot. I think for me, coming through the industry, I never really saw it as a difference. Like, when I first started, I just sort of saw it as, I was really lucky I had you and Daryl as my mentors, and you're both very different people. So for me, especially being raised by my mum, who was sort of so supportive of, like, I can do anything I want to do, regardless of gender or age, or race or any sort of background, is kind of what I was always raised to believe. So I didn't really see it as an issue at all, because I was like, well, everyone's just so unique and individual. So if Dylan and Daryl can do it, I can do it too. But then you do go to, like, the industry events and you see people getting awards on stage and people presenting and hosting the awards, and there's almost no females on stage. And you do get a bit disheartened and you're kind of like, wait, where are all the women? So it is something that definitely is noticed. And I think the main lack, like, for me, I'm like, the only reason there's less females is because there is less females. So there's just not that, like, inspirational thing to follow as much. And a lot of women who go to these events kind of see no one up there, like, oh, wait, maybe it is harder for women to do it just because there's no examples. So that is a really big driver for me, to be honest, is to be the first female EC10 up on stage and have an org with female owners, not just female owners, both, maybe 50-50.
50-50, yeah.
Maybe 60-40,
Yeah.
a couple more girls, yeah.
That's fair.
But yeah, to actually have my org and inspire and help other women become successful in this industry, because once we get momentum with it, we're just going to have more and more.
Yeah.
Because, I see no difference. I don't think men or women are better or worse either way. And I think, like I said, everyone's so unique and individual. And when you meet all of the owners that are successful in the industry, you realize how different all their stories are and how different their personalities are and their goals are and what drives them. So, there's just no difference. We just need more individuals up there.
Yeah. But it makes sense. The reason there is less is because there is less.
Yeah.
I actually hadn't quite thought of it that way before. But
Yeah.
Well, no doubt you are inspiring lots of females to go and pursue their dreams and chase their goals. I know even, Adflex have launched their new Elevate program and you spoke at it. I think you hosted an event just here, actually.
Yeah. So we do, it's Adflex Elevate Women in Leadership.
Yep.
Really cool network for all of the women in business in our industry. To get together and network, we have virtual events where we sort of get guest speakers on there. So I spoke on one of the virtual ones.
Yep.
And then we have in-person events we're going to host in like Melbourne, Sydney, Adelaide. There's one coming up as well. Just to get, all the sort of women together. Guest speakers, we had Rebecca Hopkins, who runs like workshops, leadership workshops, came in and actually ran a workshop for us. So
awesome.
That was really good. Yeah.
Great. Watch this space. Yeah. Get involved if you're not involved.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, cool. We're going to jump to my final few questions here, okay?
Okay.
Some of them are quick answer, okay? So do your best, okay?
Oh, I hate these.
I think you'll be okay, okay? First one, what's your coffee order?
Oat latte.
Oat latte.
Or an ice long black.
Okay.
Depends.
Depends on the weather.
Yeah, no, it just depends on the time of day. If it's the morning, it's an ice long black. If it's like afternoon, it's an oat latte.
Okay, cool. Are you a beer or wine person?
Oh, usually a beer.
Usually a beer. Strong.
Yeah.
Nice.
If I'm watching a movie, it's a glass of wine.
Yep.
Glass of wine and popcorn. If it's a nice summer day, it's a beer.
What is the book that has impacted you the most over the journey?
Atomic Habits.
Okay.
Yeah. First personal development book I read, and I've listened to it a couple of times. Atomic Habits.
What was the main takeaway from Atomic Habits that impacted you?
Biggest thing from Atomic Habits is just habit stacking. So tying something that you need to do with something that you want to do. So if you need to exercise, you want to do something for your health, walk on the treadmill and watch your favorite TV show.
Right.
So
habit stacking.
Habit stacking,
All
yeah.
right, get around it. Next one, your bucket list destination.
Oh, destination.
Yeah, where would you like to travel to?
Oh, I've got so many.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
one main.
Greece.
Okay. Get on Mykonos, Party Island.
Yeah, that's the one.
I could see you there. Last two. Best bit of advice from anyone along the journey that you've received?
Don't quit when it's hard. Yeah, stuck with me. Dan Cross. I feel like a lot of people have quotes from Dan Cross that have stuck with them. But he talked about, it was quite a few years ago, I think I was before I opened my company, and he talked about getting a return on pain. So if you quit when it's tough while you're in the suffering, then it wasn't worth the suffering you've just been through. But if you just keep going through the suffering, you get a return on that pain and you're inevitably going to be better and become successful. So it's all endurance. Just keep going when it's tough because it's inevitable you get better, and then you're not going to quit when it's good anyway. So you'll just keep going.
Awesome. All right, last question. Closing question. What's the question you never or rarely get asked that you wish people asked you more?
Maybe like what kind of drives me outside being a mum or being a woman in the business, which I think we've kind of done that today, like talking a bit about how my mum's a huge inspiration and how she sort of raised me, and her struggles with mental health is a really big driver for me. But I feel like a lot of the time I just get seen as the mum. So it's kind of like, oh, how do you build a business with a son while raising a baby? Or it's cool, how do you do this in a male-dominated industry being a woman? So I feel like I, on surface level, very much just get seen as like that's my story.
Yeah.
And I think I don't really get asked the reason why behind that, which I think is partly my fault. I don't really share that as much. That, you know, one of my huge goals is to use this industry as a tool to be able to build a mental health wellness centre. is a really big goal of mine to long-term driver. But like that's something that really inspires me, and that's a big drive for me.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah.
Yeah. People being a little bit more below the surface when asking motivations.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. All right, you heard it here first. Next time you see Naomi at an industry event, go talk to her about her big goals. Yeah. Awesome. That's been great. Thank you for joining us on the podcast.
Thanks for having me, Dylan.
No worries. It's been really cool to reminisce over the journey, and huge amount of value in this one. So thanks again.
Cool. Thanks, Dylan.